And a happy New Year's Eve to you all out there. Listen, guys, if you're going out tonight, please be safe. Don't drink too much. Be careful when you're driving. Remember, it's usually not you, it's the other guy you got to watch out for. It's so important because you need to be back tomorrow to watch my Friday video report. I mean, listen, we got to kick off the new year right. But let's end it with a winner as well. I'm going to take a look at the game between Michigan State and Alabama, one of your two college football semifinals today, and also a college basketball complimentary play coming your way, as well as I'm going to take a look at the game between BYU and St. Mary's and West Coast Conference action. Listen, today, because the Charity Play of the Week won 2 nights ago, courtesy of Jeff Benton. And FYI, if you haven't made a donation yet, and you have to be watching the video report here on my website, all you got to do is scroll down the page and click on the button to go ahead and do it. It's a worthwhile cause, and it's the right thing to do. And listen, guys, you can never have enough karma going in or coming out of a year, so why not make a donation? I don't care if it's $5. Anything and everything counts. Because the Charity Play of the Week won, you know I am not below bribing you, or above bribing you, I guess would be the proper way to phrase that, in terms of getting you to make a donation. So once again, you can save $125 off the purchase price of any handicapper's 30-day package here simply by using coupon code SAVE125, or you can save $50 off the purchase of any handicapper's 7-day package by using coupon code SAVE50, which is a great deal when you think about it. With all the football we've got today, tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day, you know what I mean? And by the way, the prices today are the same as they were yesterday. Not like I jacked them up or anything. So check it out. That coupon code is SAVE50. The featured play today, well, the early one was Gabriel DuPont on the Florida State-Houston game. The late game, there's a couple of them. Half-price play of the day, Anthony Redd, college football winner, 27 out of 41. 27 out of 41, and that is a streak, guys. It goes back 9 weeks. It's his 109 bowl lock game of the year. Oklahoma and Clemson twice as strong as his 59 winner, number 15 out of 22 yesterday on Louisville. You get it for half price by using coupon code ARED, A-R-E-D-D. ARED, that's what we call him. Meanwhile, a little heads up for you. Trace Adams, yesterday, you got his 1,500 star, raised the bar winner, number 24 out of 35 on Mississippi State. He has a 2,000-star double your wager winner, number 11 out of 15 today, on the opposite side of A-Red's play. I don't give you that heads up to confuse you. I give you that heads up because if you already have a long-term package with A-Red or Trace Adams, you know who the other side is. There's no need to go buying another play, just trying to save you some money. Then the other play tonight is going to be Chuck O'Brien. Chuck O'Brien returned to this site a little over 5 weeks ago, and what a beautiful role he has been on. Today, 59 winner, number 11 out of 13. This is the biggest play he's released in any sport. It's on Michigan State and Alabama. You save $60 by using coupon code ERROR, because he's calling it his line error lock of the year. Error, which is ERROR, as he goes for winning day number 21 out of 34. Past 3 days, you've gotten 59 college basketball winners from him, all at a huge discount, including Texas Arlington. How dare he use Texas Arlington, a team that I've talked to you about repeatedly here on the website, a team that I've used as a free pick, a team that I've used as a best bet. And I come in yesterday, and I'm looking at the emails that come through customer service, and I see all the different handicappers' plays. That's why I'm made aware of them. And I see Chuck O'Brien. He's taking Texas Arlington. So I had to fire back an email. It's like, that is my team. His team is the Patriots. If he ever has a play in the Patriots, you know this guy, he bleeds Patriots red, blue, and silver. But Texas Arlington, I discovered them this year. I'm the guy who told you how good they were. But he got the win anyway, so I'll give him a bone here. Anyway, that's the deal. Let's get to your complimentary play. I want to talk about first the Michigan State game against Alabama. Now listen, guys, I like this game a lot. I used as my best bet coming off Mississippi State yesterday, the game with Oklahoma and Alabama. Oh, gosh. You think I'd at least make sure I get all the matchups right here, right? I used the game between Oklahoma and Clemson. But I really like the Michigan State-Alabama game. The only thing that makes me a little hesitant, and let's talk about this right at the outset, is the status, the health status of Michigan State quarterback Connor Cook. Now, Cook, you may recall, missed the Ohio State, the upset win in Columbus, because he had a sprained shoulder. He looked very good with 3 touchdown passes the following week and a 55-something blowout of Penn State. But then in the Iowa game for the Big Ten title game in Indianapolis a week later, he looked like he was struggling a bit. Now, they've had 3-4 weeks of rest, okay? And I was reading some of the beat writers who said that he's looked good in practice. However, I believe one of them said that, Cook said that, he still feels a little something in his shoulder. That bothers me. Quarterback, shoulder issues, one good hit. You know, I mean, you won with two backup quarterbacks at Ohio State. You're not going to beat Alabama that way. Fact is, I don't think they can beat Alabama. But I look at this price and I'm going 10 points? Seriously? Alabama is a one-dimensional offense. You know, that's it. They're going to run Derrick Henry like crazy. Listen, I had a best bet, 15-dime best bet on Saturday during college football season where I think I hit 9 out of 11 this season. One of them was Alabama against Auburn. And was it Auburn? Let me just think. Yes, it was against Auburn. And Derrick Henry, of course, went on that 26-yard touchdown run with a minute and a half to go to get me the cover. I said going into that game they would run him 35 times. They gave him the ball, I think, 48 times. I believe he carried the ball 93 times the final two games of the season. It's a one-dimensional offense. They're going to run Henry like crazy today. Problem is, this Michigan State run defense against some good running teams in the Big Ten can definitely hold their own. They only give up 113 yards a game. I think the thing that impressed me the most is when they went into Columbus, right? And you had Ezekiel Elliott of Ohio State. Remember how he mouthed off after the game about the coach's strategy, more or less criticizing Urban Meyer because there's a guy who had run over for over 100 yards, I think, in 13 straight games. And in that game, he was absolutely silenced by this Michigan State defense. Now, Derrick Henry is a much bigger back, okay? And when he gets ahead of steam, he's going to definitely bowl you over, unlike Elliott, who is faster, a little shiftier, and will run outside of the tackles more than Henry will. But it's still a damn good defense. Also, I generally think in the games that mean the most in the postseason, such as a semifinal game, you know, this is not the Holiday Bowl, okay? You know, teams play a little tighter. And I also think it definitely hurts teams when they have that 3-4 weeks since their conference championship game and they play in a game of this magnitude because generally you get out of the blocks slow. Of course, when you think about last year's semi-title game, final games and title game, maybe that's not always the case, but that's just my personal belief. So you have two offenses that can put points on the board here. But again, I look at this game and I see Michigan State, I'm getting 10 points. I just think that's too much. I mean, Alabama couldn't cover against Florida in the SEC title game in Atlanta. This game is 10 times more important. Alabama is not 10 times better than Michigan State, but Michigan State is certainly 10 times better than a lousy Florida team that couldn't throw the ball if their life depended on it this year. So I like the way Michigan State responded, even though the offense was pretty much crippled and couldn't get anything done. They went on that incredible, I think it was 22-play drive that ate up 9-some minutes on the clock late in the Iowa Big Ten championship game to beat the Hawkeyes, handing them their first loss of the season, 16-13. They won that game in Indianapolis, neutral site. They won in Columbus, handing Ohio State its only loss of the season, right? This team has confidence. They're not going to just, you know, cower at the fact that, oh, my goodness, the Crimson Tide, we're going to play them today. So I think getting to 10 points is the way to go in this contest. Now, in college basketball, let's talk about the West Coast Conference. You know, the big dog out there, on and off for years, Gonzaga, St. Mary's, BYU has always been a healthy competitor as well. This St. Mary's team, very little was expected from them this year because they lost 5 starters. But this team has replaced those 5 starters with 5 more guys that simply shoot the lights out. They were picked to finish 4th in the West Coast Conference in the preseason poll. But, my gosh, they have just played great ball. They're off to an 11-1 start this season. They've won 5 in a row. Their only loss coming by 4 points at California on December 12th. They beat Stanford by 17 points in perhaps their biggest game of the season. Now, they have enjoyed a great schedule, pretty much playing at home every single game. McKeon Pavilion, I believe, is the name of their facility, in case you happen to be on Jeopardy next week. Can't say I didn't try to educate you here, guys. Good shooting team. They average 79.7 points a game. If I told you or asked you before telling you that, who leads the nation in field goal percentage at 53.8%, would you have even guessed if I gave you 100 tries at St. Mary's? They're tied for second in terms of three-point shooting in the nation at 45.2%. They hit about 10 triples a game. This is a good shooting team, and they're not bad defensively. They only give up 57.4 points a game. Now, BYU, a little bit behind the 8 ball, although they played a much tougher non-conference schedule. This is going to be their West Coast Conference opener. St. Mary's has already played 2 games and won them both. I think that helps a lot, especially when you have a young rebuilding team like BYU, a BYU team that's 0-3 in true road games so far this season. I'll lay the points with St. Mary's, somewhere between 5 and 6 points, and I think the Gales are the way to go in this one. So St. Mary's and Michigan State are your 2 complimentary plays. Best of luck to you guys. Happy early New Year's to you as well. And tomorrow's not a holiday for me. I'll be here, so I'll talk to you again then. Good luck, everybody.